Welcome to License 666. I'm your host, Brian, joined with the other host,
Karen.
And today we're going to talk about Disturbed again.
Disturbed.
Had a lot of Disturbed episodes come out recently. Well, I guess soon we'll have our 2 shows one night, which will be you going to Disturbed at Chicago.
Yep.
And then we had our time in Milwaukee to see Disturbed.
Yes.
But this particular one is about Disturbed in Chicago, the show you went to, where they burnt the Bulls banners.
Yes. Had some heat damage. It doesn't necessarily say like burnt up or anything like that.
So you sent me a message earlier this week or whatnot.
Yeah. I think it was right when I was leaving to walk to work.
Yeah. And you're like, so Disturbed burnt the Bulls banners for their championship games. So if you don't know, the Bulls won the NBA championship in 91, 2, and 3, I think. And then 6, 7, 8, I believe.
Yeah, 91, 2, 3. Did you say 90 in front of that?
I did not. I just said 91, 2, whatever. People know what I'm saying.
91, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then 96, 7, 8?
I think so.
Okay.
The Jordan era Bulls. This is, when you think of basketball, Jordan's like one of the people you think of, and the Chicago Bulls are one of the teams you think of because of how dominant they were in those 90s.
In those 90s?
In those 90s, yes. Oh, I was going to say those years, but in the 90s.
In the 90s, yes.
So I saw that you sent me that message, and I just started laughing out loud. Like, I found that hilarious as fuck because Disturbed is from Chicago.
They are.
And we talked about them like this is the biggest venue they've played probably in Chicago.
Yes. Yep. And I was having the question if they were even going to have pyro inside the venue.
Right.
Because we've heard rumors that you can't have pyro inside. Obviously, the United Center, they were allowing it. Who knows what's going to happen after this?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of comments, especially on Reddit, talking about this and being like, it's the pyro guys who come in as part of, the road crew with Disturbed. This is really on them to know what to do and how to act.
Like
and
how high to put the
exactly.
flame. Or what is it? Like the gas in there, right?
Yeah,
like how much gas you give it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, obviously, we don't know exactly how it works. But
and then this guy's talking about like, hey, I used to work in the industry. I used to do this kind of stuff. And you see some really, really near misses that he's like, pyro is basically, you're gambling basically every time because there's really no safe way to do it. And even the people who do it safe always fuck up. And like, there's always these little misses that if they don't miss are actually something very, very catastrophic. And sure enough, like pyro is dangerous.
I mean, it's fire.
James Hetfield, got burnt because of pyro. Yep. Michael Jackson as well. So
I'm sure there's a lot of dangerous things that have happened because of it. I mean, even thinking about, this has nothing to do with the danger, but I guess it could be. But when we were walking, like before Rammstein came to Soldier Field, we were walking around the field when they were setting up. And remember those tubes going in that were like the pyro tubes?
Yep, like the gas lines that were
the lines.
Yeah,
like they were just huge. So, thinking of something like, it's a lot.
Yeah. But, no, I thought that was hilarious. We were in Milwaukee and they had pyro there as well.
Yeah.
And every time I am in an arena, I do look around at the banners because they always leave the banners up.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool because I am kind of a sports ball fan. I'm not a basketball fan by any means, but I do like being there and like looking at like whose numbers are retired, what years they win certain championships or do certain things. So in Milwaukee, they have the Bucks and I think they have Marquette there as well. So I don't know if Marquette plays there or not, but they have a bunch of what look like Marquette banners as well.
Yeah, they might.
And then on the other side, you have the Bucks. In Denver at the Pepsi Center, or I guess it's the Ball Arena now.
Ball Arena,
is the Avalanche. So you get to see like Patrick Waugh up there. So you get all these cool things when they win their championships. Yeah. I love seeing those. But I have always wondered, like, why don't you take this stuff down? I guess it's just too much of a hassle to take it down.
Yeah. Well, so Milwaukee, a couple things about the Milwaukee show. One, it's a smaller venue because it doesn't have the 300 section. So really those rafters are probably lower.
Yeah.
But I guess the banners probably aren't hung at the high of the rafter. They probably come down a little bit. But also at Milwaukee, like after I saw this, I was thinking about, we were on the floor at Milwaukee and I remember seeing the banners are there still, but they were behind the stage.
Well, they're in front of the stage.
I thought there's some in front, but I remember seeing a row of banners behind the stage, like where it curves around.
Okay. When I was standing and looking, you had basically, if you're looking straight at the stage, you have your stage left and your stage right. And the Bucks were on stage left and the Bucks were on stage right and the Marquette was on stage left, like on the side of the stage. I didn't remember seeing the ones behind it,
okay.
but I could have missed those ones. I know those
Okay.
two though were on those sides for sure.
Well, what I was going to say after that is I've seen some videos now of people posting that were in the pit area or like by the stage. And it does show like the banners are like right in the middle or like in front of where the pyro was.
So, all right. So you have your stage and you have your banners like basically right above the stage.
Yeah.
Set up almost. Where, like I said, that like scaffolding thing. So they're like
Yeah.
right there. Because the videos I saw, it looked like they were further forward. So you had your stage and you had quite a bit of ways forward and then you had your banners.
I've seen some that look like that as well, but there's one that it does look like they're like pretty close to it. So,
okay.
I don't know. And I even told you afterwards, I was like, I don't think there was as much pyro here in
You did say
Chicago
that,
as in Milwaukee. However, Milwaukee we were on the floor. Chicago, I was in the 300 section.
So I did see a video also like inside the fire, and it did seem like there was quite a bit of pyro. And I want to go back and look at our videos and photos to see if they used more, because they may have actually used more.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, that's a really fucked up place to put the stage, like right under this, and you have.
I saw a comment about that. Like, why did they put the stage right under the?
I mean, it's probably pretty standard to do that, but like
unless you have a center stage,
you would have figured like, all right, let's move this. Like, let's move the banners at least. There's gonna be pyro, so that's interesting to me. The other thing is, other than like possibly being a safety concern, of if those started on fire, what the fuck would have happened then? But they have fallen like onto the crowd. Like, what happens
with the concert being canceled?
But the fact that it's like, oh my god, the banners got burned. Like, replace them. How hard is that to get a new banner? Just make a new one. So that's where I'm like, and I'm a big Cubs fan, right? So like they have their flags out there, and if a flag gets damaged, like, all right, just make a new one. Like it's the symbol that I care more about than it is the physical banner itself.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know how. I mean, obviously, I know nothing about these championship things, but I wonder if the banners are given at the time that they won.
So it'd be like the next year, your first game is you raise the banner up. Yeah.
I mean, because then it's more the symbolic and the, you know, like all that stuff. Or if it was, hey, we're building the United Center, let's put up our champion, or let's put some memory to the championships and put up banners. I don't know how that works. And somebody can comment and school me, but I mean, I really don't care either. But
and there are going to be people who are deep fans who have like, maybe they went to those games and have really good fond memories of those games, and those banners do mean something to them. Me personally, they don't mean that much to me. Same with like the Cubs, like I was telling you there.
The 2016 Cubs flag, I'm almost the same way. Like if it gets ruined.
And they have their past championships as well that they put up when they did that. Like they clearly made those for this event, right? So make new ones.
Yeah. Because like the 1908 banner from the Cubs is not from 1908.
No, I mean, you can the
one that they fly anyway is not from 1908. They probably have a banner from 1908. If they had one,
I don't know if they did or not.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I think the owner of the Bulls is historically a cheap motherfucker too.
Oh, really?
So like, I could see him being like, no, that costs money, I'm not doing that. Like watching like the documentaries on Netflix or something, like Jordan's Last Dance or something. He seems like a cheap motherfucker. So
just have the burnt banners hanging there then.
But they did take them down for the rest of the year. They said they'll be back up next year. So I assume they're going to make new banners. So
unless there's a way, I don't know what the heat damage was.
Yeah.
Like if there's a way to restore them somehow.
Also, like, heat damage. Are these not fabric, or are these like plastic sort of
I don't know.
Weird things that then started warping?
Maybe.
I would assume they would have been like a canvas or a cloth material, not like this.
But I don't know what's sustainable. I just don't know what's. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
We're talking about all this shit like we.
Yeah, I'm thinking like flags are made out of cloth, right? So like that's how I would expect these banners. But maybe there are like that cheap plasticky shit that just sort of hangs there.
I do want to know, because the show was on the 8th of March, and I did not see an article until the following Friday. That was a Saturday, and it was the following Friday, I think, that I saw the article. So I kind of want to know, or was it Wednesday?
I don't know, but
I just want to know, like, what was the 5 day, like 5 or 7 day?
I don't know if they were getting ready for the next Bulls game, and then they noticed it, or what. Yeah,
or somebody noticed it, like as they were being in the stadium or something, and then pointed it out. So
any case, I didn't think we'd talk this long about this topic.
No.
I just thought it was hilarious as fuck. And I don't know. It's funny. It's not.
Yeah.
To me, it's not like, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. It's more of like, that was funny. I like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Fun little live music story thing. So go out, check out live music, and you could have experienced something like this yourself in person.
Bye.